And that is why I made the German for Genealogists online course. I've been making this course for a year, and today is the official debut, and I'm so excited to share it with you. I made it because when I first started in genealogy, so I was a regular translator before I specialized in genealogy. And when I first started doing genealogy translation, I had so many questions, such as what does that crazy old fashioned word mean? I remember there was one word, Chassewerte, which I could not find in any dictionary. I could not find on Google, and I had no idea how I would ever find the meaning. It actually means a person who guarded the streets. I did find it, I think, days later. Or why is that name spelled like that in one record, but not in the other? Or what in the world does that abbreviation stand for? And how can I find out, especially if that abbreviation no longer exists today? Or what in the world is Hornung? Does anybody know what Hornung is? I'll tell you, Hornung is February. It's an old fashioned word for February. So even doing research, I couldn't find the answer to so many of these questions. And over the years, I've luckily discovered so many of the answers, or if not, discovered how to find the answers. So that's why I created the course so that you don't have to go through all of that headache and years of frustration that I did. So on my webinars, I always like to give people a sneak peek into the course because normally you won't be able to see inside it unless you're signed up. And today is the official debut, so nobody has seen it yet. So let's go over here. So this is what the course looks like. If you have the handwriting course, it's set up in much the same way. But this course really teaches you genealogical German. So it's the German that you're going to need to know to work with your documents. And there's so much content in it that I wanted to make it fun. So I divided it up into 4 years. And I made those 4 years, not really years, but 4 sections, like the 4 years of high school. So if you're from a country other than the United States, you will get to do our 4 high school years, and that's freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. And in each of those lessons, you'll get video lessons, flashcards, matching games, and worksheets to really help you learn that German genealogy language. So for those of you who know me or have been on a webinar before, you know that I taught English in Austria to teenage boys, and their attention span was very short. But I realized that once I made the lessons fun for them, that they wanted to keep coming back to class and wanted to keep learning more. And I always like to tell the story of how one time we did speed dating where they had to be people from an American TV show. So we had people being Barney from How I Met Your Mother and Homer Simpson and things like that. But while I couldn't do speed dating for you, I did try to make it very interactive with those flashcards and matching games and worksheets and activities. So you want to come back and keep learning as well. So each lesson will start off with a video of me teaching you all about the different genealogy words you need to know. And while this course doesn't go into the handwriting in particular, I do give you so many examples of the handwriting throughout because it is such an important part of German genealogy. And then once you watch the lesson, you get the different flashcards where you can go through and learn the different words and really get them in your head. So all of the vocabulary will relate to genealogy. So you have family, occupations, you get vocabulary lists that include the German, the English, and the handwritten word. And you can download it and print it out and keep these lists by your side as you're working with your records. And you get matching games. So I wanted to show you a specific matching game, I think this one. So this is a favorite of people in the handwriting course. Everyone likes to try and beat their time. So in this matching game, you have just learned how to conjugate verbs and you match the pronoun to the word it goes with. So you can try to do it as fast as you can, I'm having a hard time doing it while I talk. And then once you finish, you can really see if you can beat your score. So this is for vocabulary and for grammar, and people have told me that they really get addicted to it. And then as you go through the course, you have different lessons. You have the numbers and months, so you can learn the dates. You learn how to tell time with video. You get all the different cases, because once you understand grammar in German, you're going to understand so much more about what is being said about your ancestor, all those nuances and details of their life. And then as you get into your junior year, your upperclassmen, you get more intricate things such as past tense, causes of death. This is a fun worksheet. And everything is related to genealogy. So this is a story about Heinz, one of my ancestors, where you're putting what you learned into a worksheet and seeing how well that you retained it. You get the cause of death, the date of case, spelling variations, and then at the end of each section, you get reviews, so you're really retaining what you learned. And then last but not least, your senior year, you get to learn exactly how to work with church records and vital records. And I walk you through baptismal, marriage, and death. So you're really learning how to extract your ancestors' information from those church records or from those vital records for each of the birth, marriage, and death certificates. So it's a lot of fun. I think I put a lot of work into it, and I hope it helps you. And we don't have any students yet for this course. We do have some who got it at the email this morning, but nobody who finished it yet. So I wanted to show you some experiences from the handwriting course, as this course is made much the same way. So Sandy says being able to do the course on her own time has been great. So both courses you have lifetime access to. So if you want to get it today, you can do it whenever you want, and you can always go back and review, especially if you take a break from genealogy. So if you take a break for 6 months and then get back into it next summer, you can always come back to the course, review those flashcards, review those matching games, and get it back in your head. And she also loves the fun matching and flashcard game, she said. Kurt said the course was one of the best genealogy decisions he's ever made, which of course you love to hear as a teacher. Anne says the learning tools are fun. So the learning tools for the handwriting course are very similar to the learning tools for this course. And Christiana says she loves being able to stand tall, knowing where her roots are coming from. So I'm so happy that people have loved the handwriting course so far. Like I said, this is made in much the same way, and I hope that you all love it as much as the handwriting course. And at the end of both courses, you get a nice little certificate that you can hang up on your fridge. And one of my favorite things is that both courses have course buddies, where I pair you up with a student and you can work together and motivate each other to keep going with the course and share your research as well. So for our Black Friday and our course launch discount, normally this course is costing $477. However, because it's the launch and because it's Black Friday, you get an entire $80 off. So that makes it only $397. Or if you want to do a monthly payment, instead of paying $80 a month, it's only $67 a month. So whatever works best for you. And that's for our launch discount. However, if you've been on my webinar before, I always like to make it like a game. So if you sign up during our question and answer session, which we're going to start right now, you get one of two things. So you can either choose from the bonus of Journey into German Genealogy, lecture, video, and handouts, which normally costs $50, and you get that completely free if you get the course in the next 15 minutes during our question and answer period. And that is a video lecture of me teaching you where to look for records in the USA, vital records, church records, newspapers, passenger list, how to cross the pond, how to find church records, tips on names, so things like we talked about today and more, spelling variations, and a lot more that I didn't write here. And that's normally $50, and that's completely free if you get the new course within the next 15 minutes. I know a lot of you have gotten this bonus before because you're handwriting course students. If that's the case, or if you would prefer this bonus, you can get this instead. And this is the Birth, Marriage, and Death Reference Guide package. And that includes complete translations and transcriptions, so German and English, of these vital record forms as cheat sheets for you to work with your records. And you get them in downloadable PDF and doc. It includes all of the typed text translated and transcribed, plus what the handwriting is going to say in the certain section. So I sell these a lot at conferences, and people have found them very helpful. Each of these separately costs $25. The package deal is $60, and they are yours completely free if this is the bonus you choose in getting the course in the next 15 minutes. So let's get started. Marcus, if you can put the link to the course in the chat. The code, if you want to get the discount today, is launch 80 for the entire course up front. So that's the one-time payment. If you want to do the monthly payment, use this code instead, launch month. A lot of people often get confused where to put the code. So I wanted to show you, this is the brand new course. You scroll down here, pick your payment plan, whichever one you want, press sign me up, and make sure to scroll down because then it gives you the options of the payment plans. Press sign me up. And then this right here is where you enter the coupon code. So press add coupon code and then enter it in there. If for some reason it doesn't work, no problem. I will make sure you get your refund later on this afternoon. All right.